Recording in progress.
Right. Good morning, everyone. What is the last concept? What is the last concept? Uh-huh. Program has been written, right? Okay. Online students, is that the screen is visible? All the online students can respond in the chat window. All the online students can respond in the chat window. Okay. Right. Let's continue on that. So we have been taking care about in working with the Selenium programming. As part of Selenium programming, we need to begin understanding how exactly we can write the Selenium programs here. Further, our very first understanding, if we want to begin work with Selenium, what we required to work with Selenium, what we required, what is it? Jar files. If we want to begin work with Selenium, we require a jar files here. Based on jar files, what we can access? What we can access? Packages. Okay. Based on packages, what is it? Class. Based on the class, what is it? Method. This particular method, what is the use of the method? What is the use of the method? To get perform an action. Now, performing an action is nothing but developing automation script. On which basis we have to develop automation scripts? On which basis we have to develop automation script? Based on manual test cases. Based on manual test cases, we need to begin develop our automation script. This is what our very simple understanding. As simple as if we want to begin work with Selenium. If we want to begin work with Selenium, what we required? Jar files has been required. That particular jar files we need to begin add to the project. That jar files we need to begin add to the project. Adding the jar files to the project. Adding the jar files to the project, one time activity. Adding with the jar files to the project is one time activity. That means not like jar files need to be get added for every program. See the understanding. Not required to add jar files for every program. Jar files need to be added. Jar files need to be added for every project. Assume that you created new project. If you got created new project, again you have to take care about. If you got created a new project, again you have to take care about in adding with jar files here. Now, working with the same project, not required to get add any of the jar files here. So as simple as as simple as while working with selenium. If you want to begin work with selenium, what we required? What we required? Jar files has been required because we doesn't require to do our own things here. Already selenium guys has been provided all the required methods to perform each and every action related to related to automation testing, related to automation testing, for developing automation script, for developing automation script to perform that action, to perform that particular action. Already they provided each and every method. That method available in class. That class available in package. That package available in jar file. Because of that reason, we are downloading all the selenium related. We are downloading all the selenium related jar files and then adding to project. Now, once you got add jar files. Once you got add jar files to the project. Once you got add jar files to the project, you need to begin taking care about. Once you got add jar files to the project, you need to begin taking care about in doing programming, adding jar files, adding jar files, one time activity, adding jar files is one time activity. You have to just take with right click. You need to be just go with right click on the project. Once you done right click on the project, taking with build path. From the build path, taking with configure build path. From the configure build path, from the configure build path, taking with libraries tab. After that, class path. In case of class path option available, in case of class path option available, you have to click on that option. If it is not available, it doesn't worry. You need to just click on that class path option. After that, click on add external jars. Once you got, click on add external jars. You need to browse. You need to browse all selenium jar files. You need to browse all selenium jar file. That particular jar files. That particular jar files. Taking with that particular jar files, taking with jar files inside of lib folder and outside of lib folder. As simple as all the jar files need to be get added. Then click on open and finally click on apply and close. This is what we need to be get taking care about in adding all the jar files to project. Without adding with the jar files, without adding with the jar files. Right. Now, see that. Considering that which you will be taking with, we need to begin mentioning about having these particular jar files. Considering these particular jar files need to be get mentioned. This particular respective jar files, we need to be get taking care about adding with this particular project. Once it got added with the jar files, we need to be get go with programming. That particular programming, that particular programming, we need to be get go with as usual, as simple as when you're taking this particular programming, when you're taking this particular programming, we need to be get mentioned. When you're taking this particular programming, we need to be get mentioned. Considering that taking with Eclipse. What is the use of Eclipse? What is the use of Eclipse? Writing with the program and executing with program. Okay. Now, under Eclipse, what need to be done? Under Eclipse, what need to be done? You need to begin creating with project. Under project, what need to be done? What need to be done? Package, which need to begin taking with package. Under package, what need to be done? What need to be done? Creating with class. Under the class, what need to be done? We need to write that particular respective code. So when you're working with programming, when you're working with programming, considering that taking with Eclipse, under Eclipse, you will be taking with project, under project, taking with package, under package, we need to begin taking with class, under the class, we need to begin write that particular code. This is what we need to be get followed. Now, let's continue the same thing. Let's get continued same thing here. Now, you can see here, you need to be get taking care about these steps here. While following these particular step, while following these particular step, you need to be get followed certain standards. First is Eclipse. First is Eclipse. Eclipse is common thing. Under Eclipse, what you are creating? What you are creating? Project. Let's say that whenever you are doing this particular part, you have to take care about some points. See that you will be having workspace. Whenever you got open Eclipse, whenever you got open Eclipse, while opening this particular Eclipse, while opening with the Eclipse, you have to take care about workspace. Meaning of workspace? Meaning of workspace? Path of saving the programs. The meaning of workspace, considering that, the meaning of workspace, considering that path of saving the programs, path of saving the programs here. I mean, considering that this particular Eclipse, you need to be get work with, you need to be get work with own workspace. You need to be get work with own workspace. You should not be working with default workspace. If you are working with default workspace, chances of your program will give an error. Java programs, little bit okay. Java programs, little bit okay. But Selenium program, you have to take care of it. While working, Selenium program, while working, while working the Selenium program, you need to begin taking care about your own workspace. Avoid in working with default workspace. This is what one thing you have to take care of it. And then second point, second point, you will create Java project. While creating Java project, while creating Java project, now we can see here, you're taking with new and then taking with project. Okay. And then taking with Java project. This particular Java project, this particular Java project, you're selecting. See the location. This is my own workspace. In F drive, I created one folder and then that is what working as a workspace. Project name, you can provide any project name. Project name, you can provide any of the project name. Doesn't make any problem. The project name, you can provide any project name. It doesn't make any problem. Now, once you provide project name, once you provide project name, just come down. When you come down, for me, I'm not getting the option. You guys may get the option saying that module path. When you guys are creating with the project, when you guys are creating with the project, you will get option of, you will get option of model path. This particular one, you will get option of model path. This particular one, mentioning that make sure to uncheck this checkbox. If you are able to see the option of model path, make sure that you are doing uncheck of that particular checkbox. Assume that you clicked on checkbox. By default, it will be clicked only. Created project, jar files added properly, Selenium program written correctly, but still you will get error. Even though jar files added correctly and then program written correctly, chances of getting the error. Because of that, please take care about this particular option. Considering that model path, if you are getting this particular option, make sure to uncheck that particular checkbox here. Okay. After that, in case at the end of the step, you may get two buttons. Create button, and then mentioning about don't create button. Create button and don't create button. I mean, It depends on the eclipse, depends on the eclipse versions, depends on JDK versions. Not like everyone will get the same option based on eclipse versions, based on JDK versions, different options you will get. In case at the end of the project, while creating the project, if you got option create button, don't create button, then mentioning dot, make sure, click on, don't create, click on, don't create button, click on, don't create button. You have to take care about all these things. You have to take care about all these things while creating the project. You have to take care about all these things while creating with the project. Considering the create button, don't create button. You need to make sure that clicking on don't create button. This is one particular option. This is one option you have to cross check. This is one more option you need to cross check. This is one particular option and this is one more particular option here. Okay. Next. Apart from this, now don't be confused here. First thing, while opening Eclipse, take care about workspace. One thing. After that, once Eclipse got open, it will create project. While creating Java project, in case of module info, option is there. Make sure that uncheck off that particular option. In case of if you are getting any button, create, don't create, click on, don't create. Okay. After that, see the option here. Having the JRE option. Okay. Execution environment. For now, I got taking with Java SC. Versions will be the different. Now, here you may get the option. What is option? CDC. The option is CDC. Sometime by default, this option will be selected. Sometime by default, this option will be selected. In case of this option is there, in case of this particular option is there, your Java program will be working. Selenium program will not be working. I mean, another one, mentioning that JRE execution environment, JRE execution environment should not be, or you can say that should be Java SC. JRE execution environment should be Java SC. You will get option that particular Java SC here. So it's not like selected with CDC or other options here. It should be Java SC. These options are not there. You will get JRE. But make sure that you have not selected CDC option. You have not selected CDC option. Mentioning that don't select CDC option. Don't select CDC option. So before working with this particular Selenium program, before working with this particular Selenium program, you need to begin making sure that before working with this particular Selenium program, you have to make sure about all these particular options here. Okay. Apart from this, the one more option. So you have to make sure all these things here. After that, project will be created. Once project is created, you will create package. While creating the package, while creating the package, you got an option. What is option? Create package info. Create package info. You got an option. You got an option taking with. You got an option taking with this particular. You got an option taking with create package info. I mean, considering that while creating package, while creating package, make sure to uncheck, make sure to uncheck this particular package info option. Considering that, make sure to uncheck checkbox, uncheck checkbox of create package info, create package info. So whenever you are working the Selenium programming, whenever you are working the Selenium programming, you have to make sure that while working Selenium programming, you have to make sure that should have these particular options. I mean, just you have to cross check all these settings. Assume that even though you added proper jar files, Selenium program written in the correct way, but these options are not done, then your program chances of giving the error. So before getting started, working with Selenium program, before getting started working with Selenium program, you have to make sure that all these particular setup or all these particular settings done in the correct way, and then need to be get started working with this particular Selenium, and then you need to be get start, and then we need to be get start working with this particular Selenium program. Just take care about these things here. Once all these things has been done, then you got created project, created with package, creating with class, and continued doing the program. Now let's continue writing with the program. To write program, on which basis we have to develop automation scripts? On which basis we have to develop automation script? Based on manual test cases. Based on manual test cases. Now, considering that particular manual test case, we got the steps. What are the steps we got? Launching with the browser. After that, enter URL. After that, enter username. After that, enter password. After that, click on login button. After that, click on logout option. After that, close the browser or close the application. These are manual steps. When you work real time, the test lead will assign that manual test cases. According to manual test cases, you need to be get continued. You need to be get continued developing automation script. Now, you can see how we can do that. For that, we are already added jar files. Just will continue doing the programming. I'm just creating one particular class. That particular class name, you can provide anything. That particular class name, you can provide anything, but that particular class name in general will provide test case ID. Which test case you are automating? Which test case you are automating? That particular test case ID you are providing. Because of that, for now, I'm just considering TC001. I'm just providing the class name TC001. You can provide any of class name. You can provide any of class name according to your comfortable. Next, you will write. What's the statement? Taking with main method. What is the use of the main method? What is the use of the main method? To start program execution. That you will be considering that taking with test steps. That you will be consider taking with test steps here. Okay. Now that particular test step we need to be get started. To perform that, we required access. We required an access for method. How we can access a method? How we can access a method? By creating an object for class. For that, we need to be get access for class. How will get access for class? How will get access for class? How will get access for class? By importing package. How will get access for package? How will get access for package? By adding jar files here. That jar files we added. Based on that, we need to import that particular respective package. Let's see that importing that particular respective package. Right. Now, see that. See the concept here. So we need to begin import that particular package. N number of packages are there. N number of packages are there. In that, the common packages. In that, the common packages we need to begin import org dot open qa dot selenium dot taking with WebDriver. You need to be very careful. Capital letters, small letters. You need to be more careful about capital letters and small letters. Okay, done. After that, taking with, considering that, import, arc dot, open QA dot, selenium dot, taking with, Firefox dot, Firefox driver. Okay. Next, import, arc dot, open QA dot, selenium dot by any program in selenium, whatever the program you work, small program, complex program, anything, any program you are working, any program you are working in selenium, you have to import, you have to import these packages. The one package, WebDriver, the one package, WebDriver. What is the use of this package? What is the use of this package? To access WebDriver classes and methods. To access WebDriver classes and then taking with methods. To access WebDriver classes and then taking with methods. I mean, considering that, taking with, as simple as we are not working our own methods, everything we are working predefined. Because of that, we are doing all these things here. To get access of WebDriver classes and methods, importing this package, and then we got Firefox driver. What is the use of this? Firefox driver. To access Firefox browser. Assume that you want to work with Chrome browser. What you will mention? Chrome driver. In case of Chrome driver. Okay. Then we got consider, saying that to access object identification methods. The by statement to access object identification methods. So while working any program, in Selenium, while working any program in Selenium, we have to take care about these statements. Okay. This is what importing packages. This is what importing packages. Now we need to begin perform the steps. For that, what is the first step we got? The manual step. What is the first step? Launching the browser. Meaning of manual testing. Testing done by human interactions. Meaning of automation testing. Testing done by tool. What is the tool we are working? Selenium. That's Selenium. Nothing but WebDriver. Now who has to launch browser? Selenium. Where browser is available? Local system. Is that Selenium is directly communicating with browser? No. Because of that, what we are using? Taking the help of driver. Why that? Now web driver need to communicate with driver. Driver need to communicate with browser. Now that statement we need to do in programming. For that, doing programming, considering that, taking with system. System dot. What we are using? Set property. Okay, that we are taking with WebDriver. We are working Selenium. We are working WebDriver. For WebDriver, you guys need to inform. What you have to inform? WebDriver came inform Shayali. Don't be confused, guys. Meaning of automation testing? Testing done by tool. What is the tool we are working? Selenium. That Selenium is nothing but WebDriver. Now this WebDriver need to launch browser. Browser available in local system. Is that this WebDriver directly communicating with browser? No. Because of that, what we are doing? Taking the help of driver. Now this WebDriver, to whom it has to communicate? Driver. It has to communicate with driver. That means for WebDriver, what we have to inform? What we have to inform? Aim inform Shayali. Yeah. Communicate with driver. We have to inform to this WebDriver to communicate with driver. Where driver is available? Where driver is available? Local system. Driver is available. Driver is available in local system. In the local system. In the local system. We got. In the local system. We got that particular driver. In the local system. We got that particular driver here. Okay. Now, that driver depends on browser. We are working Firefox browser. For Firefox browser, who is the driver? For Firefox browser, who is the driver? Web driver. For Firefox browser, who is the driver? Gecko driver. Because of that, we are saying that Gecko dot driver. That means we are informing to WebDriver. What we are informing to the WebDriver? WebDriver, communicate with Gecko driver. That Gecko driver available in local system. That local system path. That local system path you have to provide. The local system path you have to provide. I'm taking that path. In this path, it is available. When you done extract, there is no .exe. Don't be confused at all. When you done extract, you will not able to see .exe. But while providing path, now we can see I'm providing path. This path I done copy paste. This path I done copy paste. When you guys practicing, what you will do? Copy paste. Your local system. When you guys doing copy paste of your path, 100% your program will give error. I done copy paste, but you guys don't do that. You guys need to type the path, your system path. My system lo that Gecko driver available. Where it is available, type that path. ఈ path type చేయాలి. Don't do copy paste. Sir, you done copy paste. That is different. But forever, don't do copy paste. Definitely, you will get error. Type the path manually, including file name. What is the file name? GeckoDriver.exe. Okay, done. Now we need to write statement creating object taking with WebDriver driver equal to new WebDriver giving error. Why it is giving an error? Why it is giving an error? Our requirement is we have to work with WebDriver. Our requirement is we need to get work with WebDriver. Our requirement is need to get work with WebDriver. Selenium guys already provided, but how they provided? See here. What is the symbol he got? What is the symbol he got? Capital I. Meaning of that I? Meaning of I? Meaning of I? Interface. Not important topic. Don't confuse on that. Meaning of I? Interface. According to Java programming. According to Java programming. Can we create object for interface? Created or not? Yes or no, guys? Can we create object for interface or not? Yes or no? No. Because of that, not able to create object, what we are doing? What we have to do? Yeah. We done example of interface. Remember about example of walk-in and then referral walk-in? Yeah. Everything forgetting, huh? We done with walk-in, referral walk-in. Meaning of walk-in? Directly attending the interview. Meaning of referral walk-in? Taking the reference and then attending. That walk-in equal to class. Referral walk-in equal to interface. That means when you are working referral walk-in, you are taking the reference and you are attending. When you are working interface, you have to take reference here. Directly, we cannot create object. For interface, directly, we cannot create an object. Because of that, we have to take reference of the class. We have to take reference of the class. That particular class can be anything according to requirement. According to the requirement, that particular class can be anything. Now, you can see here, considering that I'm taking that particular class name that will be taking with Firefox driver. Now we can see symbol of C. Meaning of C? Considering that class. The meaning of C, considering that class here. Okay. So that is what we got an option. So don't be confused at all. Selenium guys introduced WebDriver as a interface. According to interface concept, we cannot create object directly. We cannot create object directly. We cannot create object. Because of that, we are taking the help of reference of the class. We are taking the help of reference of the class. That reference we are taking Firefox driver. Okay, done. Now let me run the program. If I run this program, what is output you have to get? If you run this program, what is output you have to get? Output aim ravali. Launching the browser. That means how easy you can understand according to Selenium. According to the Selenium, whenever you want to launch browser, whenever you want to launch browser, taking with these two lines of statement. Whenever you are working Selenium, if you want to begin launch browser, you have to use these two lines of statement. Interviewer will ask a question. Interviewer will ask a question. How to launch browser? How to launch browser in Selenium? You have to write these two lines of statement and need to explain. Now, you can see here, considering that, taking with, right click, run as. What is option? What is option? Java application. Okay. Now we can see that, you can see that what is output you will get. Nothing to worry about that part. Just you can see that that particular required output, you will get output. What is output you got? What is output you got? Launch browser. Browser launch. But is that URL entered? Is that URL entered? Entered or not? No. Why it is not entered? Why it is not entered? Why it is not entered, guys? We have not provided. We have not given any instruction. Selenium is very restricted tool here. I mean, what you are saying, it will perform that. If you say that Selenium stand up, it will stand it. Selenium sit, it will sit it. Whatever you are saying, Selenium will do that. You mentioned launching the browser. Selenium got launching the browser. Now for Selenium, what we have to inform? For Selenium, what we have to inform? Aim inform Shali. What we have to inform, guys? Enter the URL. For Selenium, we have to inform that Selenium enter URL. We have to inform. Inform means, is that we can sit in front of system and we can inform? No. Is that possible? No. We have to inform through programming. Through programming, taking the help of methods. Through programming, taking the help of methods. Now, we have to perform an action. Okay, action perform cheyali. What is action we have to perform? Entering the URL. That action need to perform. For that, taking the method. Now we can see what is the method we are using. Now we can see how we are accessing the method. I'm using the method driver. Driver dot. I'm using method. What is the method? What is the method? Navigate. The whole method. The whole method. Navigate dot to. The whole method. Navigate dot to. Right. As simple as, very easy way you can understand. Just try to understand that what are the steps need to be automated. A steps automation cheyali. To automate that step, what are the methods? We have to use it. Manual steps we got. Selenium methods are there. To perform manual step, what are the Selenium methods? First step, Manual step. What is the first step? Launching the browser. For that, these steps need to be done. Second step. What is the second step? Enter URL. URL enter cheyali. Action perform cheyali. To perform that action, we are using method. What is a method? What is a method? Navigate dot to. What is the use of the method? Use of the method to perform an action. What is the method we are using? Navigate dot to. What is the use of this method? What is the use of this method? To enter URL. How many types of methods? How many types? How many types? Two types. What are those? Predefined, user defined. Meaning of user defined. Defined by the user. Meaning of predefined. Defined by the language. Selenium guys. Already defined. We are just using. Now we got navigate.to. So what is the use of navigate.to? What is the use of navigate.to? Enter URL. Navigate.to. Enter URL. Okay. Now whatever URL you want to enter, you can provide that particular one. Now you can see here, I'm taking right click, run as. Now what are the steps it has to be done? Selenium ఏమేం perform చేయాలి? Launching the browser, enter URL. Okay, let's see here. Let's see that. Now it's need to be get. Launch browser. URL entered? Entered or not? URL entered or not? Okay. Browser launch. URL enter. Okay. Done. Next. What is the next step? Enter username. That will look into that. Come to the last step. What is the last step? Written? Close application. Application close cheyali. Now we got understand launching browser and then entering URL. Now the last step we are doing. What is the last step? Close the application. Closing the browser. Very simple, more easy. Your favorite method also. Now the last step, what we have to do? Close the browser. Browser close cheyali. We have to perform that action. How we can perform that action? By using method. Now previously we got one method, navigate.to. What is the use of navigate.to? Enter URL. Similar to that, we got one method. What is a method? Close method. Use of close method? Close a browser. Use of close method to close browser. Let's see here. More simple you can understand. Now we can see here. Now we can see that browser need to be launched, URL need to be entered, and browser need to be get closed. Now we can see that URL enter and browser closed. Closed or not? Closed. Little bit fast it will be there. Let me try once again. Now we can see here. Launching the browser, URL enter, immediately it will close it because the Selenium starting problem is there. Okay, I mean till the time of browser got open, little bit slow. Once browser open, jet speed only. Once browser open, it will work very fast here. But we are not that much of fast here. Because of that, we have to control that speed also. We have to control that speed also. That means what we have to do is we have to inform to the Selenium launch browser, enter URL. After that, wait for some time. We are informing to Selenium. We are informing to the Selenium saying that Selenium launch browser, enter URL and wait for some time. You are very fast. I am not that much of fast. So wait for some time. Wait for some time. So how we can inform? How we can inform? As simple as, again, need to be performed. Action. We have to perform the action. What is action we have to perform? What is action we have to perform? Wait for some time. We have to inform Selenium. Selenium can inform Shally. What we have to inform? Wait for some time. Now you can see how we are doing that. How we are doing that. Very simple. Taking with, thread dot, taking with, thread dot, sleep. That means we are informing to the Selenium. What we are informing? Selenium, launch browser, enter URL and go for sleeping mode for some time. How you guys will sleep in the classroom for some time here? Same thing here also. So you are informing to the Selenium. What you are informing? Go for sleeping. Once sleeping is done, come back again here. When it has to come back, we have to provide. I'm giving some time. Saying that 3000 milliseconds. What is that? Milliseconds. It will take the time in milliseconds. 3000 milliseconds. I mean, Selenium will enter URL. It will go for sleeping. How much time it will sleep? 3000 milliseconds. Once the time completed, Selenium will wake up. We doesn't require to say. After time is completed, then it will come to next step. What is the next step? Close the browser. Okay. But giving an error here. See this error. What is that error? What is that error? Unhandled exception. It is saying that need to handle the exception. That means exception handling need to be implemented. We discussed about exception handling. Remembered or not? Remembered. What you remembered? Exception handling, how you will implement? You have to remember all the concepts, guys. Otherwise, going forward, it will become a problem. Lot of tragedy movies are there, horror movies are there, comedy movies are there. Lot of things are there. You have to more active. You need to be more active. If you are not taking the regular practice, it will become a problem. Please take care about the practice. Please take care about the daily practice. And moreover, tomorrow session is there. On Sunday. Exam, I'll give the information, but class is there. Sunday session is there. Tomorrow class is there. Online students also. Tomorrow class is there. Sunday also. As usual, same timings. Session is there. Exam, I given the timings. Is the timings okay for Sunday? Session is there. Sunday also class is there. Sunday is working day for us. Sunday session is there. Okay. Your vacation. 13, 14, 15, 16. Your vacation 13, 14, 15, 16. Up to 12, your classes will be there. Up to 12, your classes will be there. Have a plan according to that. Including online students. Including online students, have a plan according to that. Tomorrow, session is there. Tomorrow, session is there. Sunday, session there. Exam. Not comfortable. Huh? Okay. Exam, I'll tell you that. Exam, I'll tell you that. When we'll see that best timings here. Exam, I'll look into that. But class will be there. Have a plan according to that. Okay. Right. Now, you can see here. We got an error. Need to implement exception handling. How we can implement exception handling? How we can implement exception handling? Try and catch a block. One approach. What is another approach? What is another approach? Throws. Now we can see here. Now we can see here. I'm taking with throws. I'm taking with throws exception. I'm taking with throws exception. Okay. I'm taking with throws exception. Now we can see error resolved. Okay. Now we can see here. I'm taking with runners Java application. I can see here. Browser open. URL enter. Waiting for some time. And then closing it. So this is how we have a possibility to implement it. But this is which browser it got open? Which browser it got open? Which browser it got open? Taking with Firefox. This is got open Firefox. Okay, let's see here. Now, the same thing I need to be get work with. The same thing I need to be get work with Chrome browser. The same thing I want to work with Chrome browser. What need to be done? Taking with Chrome driver. Okay. Giving an error. Why it is giving error? Why it is giving an error? You need to import. You need to import that package. Let's import it. Let's import. Import org dot open QA dot selenium dot Chrome dot Chrome driver. Done. Next. That's it. Web driver. Previously what you were informing? Gecko driver. Now what we have to work? Chrome driver. For Chrome driver, who is the driver? For Chrome browser, who is the driver? Chrome driver. Taking with Chrome driver. Okay. Need to be get provide path. My Chrome driver. Okay. This is the path. I'm taking that path. I'm taking that path. You need to be get provide. You need to be get provide that path. You need to be get provide that path. Taking with Chrome driver dot exe. Chrome driver dot exe. Okay. Now we can see here. You guys need to be very careful. You guys need to be very careful about with the path. This path need to be very correct. When you guys are taking the practice, please take care about capital letters and small letters. All these statement, only small letter. All these statement, only small letter. You need to be very careful about capital letters and small letters. Now we can see. If I run the program, which browser need to open? Which browser need to open? Chrome browser. Okay. Now we can see here. You need to be able to see that. You need to be get able to see that. What happened? Uh-huh. Now we can see, let me run it. What happened? Looks like browser open, but again close. The problem is, why I'm getting that problem? In my laptop, now we can see here. Let me cross check the browser version. This is problem with compatibility. In case of browser is higher version, driver is not higher version, it will given a problem. Now we can see my Chrome browser. What is the version? What is the version? 108. 108. I need to take same thing. I need to take the same thing here. I need to go with 108. 108. So that I'll take it. 108. Now I'll go with that particular one. I'll go with that particular one. Need to be get provided. Taking with drivers. Here I need to provide. I need to take extract. Okay. So that is what you have to take care of it. Your browser, your driver. If browser is higher version, driver also higher version. Now we can see here. So if I run this, you are able to see that browser got open, URL enter, and then closing with browser. So this is what you need to be taking care of it. So just take care about this particular practice. So for tomorrow, take care about this particular practice, and then we'll be completing with remaining steps here. Okay, not like very difficult, but when you are practicing it, definitely you will get an error. When you are practicing it, definitely will get an error. Just take care about all those particular things. But please take care about the practice. If you are not practicing it, definitely will become a problem. Please take care about the practice. Okay. And plan for tomorrow, day after tomorrow, that your sessions will be continued. Okay. Carry on. Have a plan. Thank you.